And soon both of us learn to trust, not run away. It was no time to play. We build it up, we build it up, we build it up, and now we're solid. What? Solid as a rock. That's what this love is. That's what we've got. Say what? I said we're solid. Hey. Solid as a rock. And nothing's changed it. The thrill is still What's up, y'all? This is Ty. That song has absolutely nothing to do with this video. I'm here to review Tyler Perry's soap opera drama comedy, The Oval. This is season 3, episode 5, and episode is titled Behind Closed Doors, I believe. And anyway, like I said, this song has nothing to do with the video. You know, sometimes I tie it into the video, but let me tell you why I sang Ashford and Simpson. Because look at my hair, y'all. I took the style that I had out, I took it down, and, you know, I washed it and did what I had to do. And I'm looking very Nick Ashford-ish. You know how he's from Ashford and Simpson, how he had the whole meme and stuff. So that song just popped in my head. Solid as a rock. Or I could have did On Any Street. Any street corner. Y'all know nothing about that. Y'all youngins, y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that. But anyway, how y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Shout out to my lovely subscribers that hold me down. Y'all, I just love y'all. And what is it, 730 of us or whatever? And it's going to keep growing. I thank you. So, bam, hitting that subscribe button and letting the channel grow. So, let's keep it moving. Go on and hit the subscribe button. We're going to get up. Next thing you know, I'll turn around. We're going to be at 1,000. We're going to be at 2,000. We're going to be at 2 minutes. We're just going to keep growing, going, and growing. And I do appreciate you all. I'm talking about folks like Rachel Sweets, Saxton Heights, House of Sir James, Jennifer Calhoun, Quiet Guy, R.C. Kroger, Bobby Ray, A. Henderson, Lamont Simpson, Tia Devine, Patricia Longcrier, Cornelius Brackens, Rhonda Shaking My Head, Randall Brown, a nurse named Purple Kisses. All right, I like that. Jennifer Calhoun, June BLC, Tia Devine, Miss Tasha, Simply Be Yourself 100, and all the rest of you lovely people. Did I say Savannah Rivers or more? Can't forget Savannah. And all the rest of you lovely people that leave comments in the comment section. All right, let's get on down to this episode. I don't know why I did that. I don't know, that was unnecessary. So it starts off with Bobby tracking Max. And he's saying it looks like Max is being taken to the White House. We see Max. They have the black pillowcase over his head. He's been held hostage. He's been kidnapped, accosted, whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to figure out where they're taking him. But Bobby has figured it out. They're taking him to the White House. So Bobby pretty much tells Lily, listen, baby, this is what I need you to do. And, you know, she was a little attitudey at first, but he's like, this is what I need you to do. I need you to, what did he say his name was? I have an alias that we could use, Byron Charles, and I'm going to come in there. You know, you could get me clearance into the White House since you're going in there today. I need to get in there so I can rescue Max. So he says that, right? And she's like, oh, you think this is going to work? Now, I was laughing because I'm thinking, and what I wanted to see, I don't know about y'all, but I wanted to see this because I said, okay, now he has this alias. But, I mean, they know what you look like. Is he going to be dressed up in a disguise or something, like sort of like Lupin or something? Are they going to put him? I thought we were going to get to see that. I want to see Bobby sneaking into the White House dressed as a different character. Maybe they put a little mustache on him or something. Let him sneak on in there. How they going to, they probably filmed it already, but that's what I'm looking to see because I want to laugh. I want to see them because, you know, he's you could kind of tell who he is. So how is he going to disguise himself other than just with a name, you know, this whole Byron Charles? You got to give Byron Charles a look. So he tells her to do that. So she makes a phone call. So telling them that she has somebody that needs White House clearance, and he's going to get the White House clearance. But they don't really speak on too much of that in the rest. They don't speak on that in the rest of the episode. So we move on down to Donald and Kyle. Now, is it me, y'all, or is Donald just straight up bugging out? He is bugging out. And it seems like his role has reversed, because when this show started, Kyle was the crazy one and the persistent one and the over-the-top one. And Donald was level-headed. Now Donald is flipping out. Ever since he saw that Kyle was messing with Dale, he's flipping out. He done put poor Kyle on duty to monitor crazy Jason's room. And when Kyle asked him, like, yo, what do I have to stay here for? What is this for? It's because I said so. See, he playing them games. This is why you don't sleep where you work. You don't sleep with your co-workers, because when stuff like this happen, when it goes south, it goes south. And especially somebody's over you and you slept with them. And now look how you're being treated. Now he making you do things you don't want to do. You know, you got to go over here. Then he's still trying to get himself some. Then Donald, Kyle is really pissed off and really annoyed with him. And then Donald even said under his breath, oh, little bitch. Or something like that. He called him a little bitch. Because he's like, this is what I want you to do. I want you to stand here, do what I tell you to do. You're going to monitor Jason. So that's what he told him. So as he's saying all of that, we know what this is all about. This is all because of Dale, which we see crazy Donald go to the hospital and visit Dale. And I got to admit, I did laugh. Because y'all know I got my sense of humor is crazy. I thought it was hilarious when Donald showed up to Dale's hospital room and Dale was like, can you please leave? He was like, no, I'm not leaving. No. And the way he was poking at his source, his wound, like, oh, yeah, you got shot right there. And he was like, you see, I didn't have you killed, I spared you. But next time, it ain't going to be so pretty, dude. So you better go on. You see Kyle walking down the street, walk on by, or you're going to die. Basically, that's what he told him. Walk on by, or you're going to die. That's pretty much what he told him. But I'm like, listen, Dale don't want him. And he was taunting Dale, too. He said, say thank you. Say thank you, because I didn't kill you. You better say thank you. Where's your manager? He just was so, to asking him, was he raised by wolves? The way he was doing Dale was just so wrong. Donald is flipping out. He really is flipping out. So back to Kyle. Kyle is standing guard at Jason's room. And here come the first lady. And she asks him, what are you standing there for? And then I hate when people ask a question they know the answer to. And that's what she did. And she said, oh, you think I'm stupid? You're standing to guard this because you're guarding this room because you know that my husband Hunter's downstairs with that whore Lily, and you are making sure Jason stays inside here in this room so that he does not attack her again or try to kill her. Then she went on to say how Jason was crazy, and he was like, ma'am, they do this ma'am stuff. Ma'am, I don't have anything to say about that, ma'am. No, ma'am, I have no opinion. She said, oh, so you don't know that this guy's crazy? And she went on to say the things that he's done. He killed his other whore. He decapitated another whore of his. He's crazy and all this stuff. She said, and you were on guard. And then he said, well, no, Max was on guard at that time. She said, Max is a real man. And you know why? Because he's not dead. You couldn't even kill him. And then she said something like, what she told him? You couldn't even kill him. And she said something like, you need to try to be more deadly, girl. And then he said to her, under his breath, of course, he said, and you need to try to walk in those shoes, girl. I was like, that was corny. But let's go back to how she was telling him, you'll never have Hunter, and I know you want Hunter. Kyle wants to, I see how you make googly eyes at him, and I know you want Hunter. Hunter will never go for you. And I'm like, did I miss something? Y'all tell me. Was there an episode where where Kyle was going after the president? When did I miss this? I don't know. Y'all let me know about that because I didn't see that. I have to get some of that water right there. Ooh. So that was that. Let's move on down to Ellie and the president. Now, the president, he's such a moron. And he's so horny. He wants it when he wants it. He comes in there, he's like, hey, I don't like it when you ignore me and don't answer my calls. Where are you? Where you been? This, that, and the third. She's like, I've been working. I've been working. I've been busy, busy, busy. And she pretty much tells him, she says, listen, I can't mess with you no more because, listen, they tried to assassinate you, but that's not the talk of the town. You know what they talking about on social media and the blogs and the press and all that? They talking about, I'm your little whore. The president said, well, you kind of are. I thought that was funny, but she was like, listen, you need to leave. It's over. We're not doing this anymore. And am I the only one that was hoping that she got killed or attacked or something in this episode? Something's wrong with me, I know, right? I wanted to see that. I wanted some drama. I wanted some over-the-topness. I thought something. And then when the first lady walked in on them, it was like, yeah, she's telling you to leave, this, that, and the third. And she's like, let me talk to her alone. I'm like, yeah, it's time for that cat fight. I thought we was going to get them, clawing at each other, doing something. Because I want to be entertained. Listen, go. This show's already crazy, so just go all out. I thought there was going to be a fight, but there was no fight. He got Victoria to leave with him. And she was like, I wanted, she was going to talk to him, but he said, no, going out the door with us, that's that. He said he wasn't going to leave them alone. We also saw in tonight's episode, Miss Nancy, she's still on cloud 9. Her and Richard, she's on cloud 9 when she had the conversation with Barry. She was very much, oh, yeah, I'll make my man some breakfast. Barry's still disgusted, talking about, oh, that's gross, old people. Nancy told him, listen, your father's asleep right now. Because, I put it on him. I put it on him. He's asleep. And Barry was, like, disgusted. But she said, how you think you got here anyway? How did you think you get here? But did y'all catch? He said he wanted to speak to Richard because he had something to tell him. So they're kind of going back to a few seasons, maybe I think the first season. Barry tells Richard, I want to tell you that I saw Ruth's sister at the White House, leaving the White House, and she was with Max. And then that's when Nancy jumped in and said, yeah, and they always having an affair. Remember Yuma, whatever. And Richard was like, where you hear that at? She said, that's what they said on the news. And he's like, no. Something's not right about that story. So they're pulling back to some old plots. So we're going to see what they're going to do with that. What are they going to do with that? I don't know. But that was interesting. Also tonight, while I am on Barry, we might as well go to when Sharon came to visit to get the rest of her things. And he had it ready, packed in a box for her. And then he was flirting with her and kissing on her. Come on, baby, come back. That reminded me of when I used to have that swag like that, where I could, come here, girl, come back. When you broke up with somebody, you wanted her back, and then she came in the house, and you, teased her or whatever. But he messed up because he almost had her reeled in. See, it ain't about me. Let me go back to the story. He almost had her reeled in, right? But then when she said something like, oh, I got to go because Kareem is outside, he snapped. You know what? Forget you then. See, he messed up. That ain't how you were supposed to do that, Barry. Let me tell you how you let me tell you how you're supposed to do that. How he was supposed to do that, right? When she said that, oh yeah, Kareem right outside. I'm like, what you mean Kareem outside? Oh damn, baby, he outside. You're supposed to sweet talk her some more. Cause she was putty a little bit. To me, she was putty a little bit until he kind of snapped a little bit. Like, forget you then. I would have been like, oh, it's too bad he outside. He gonna have to wait. He gonna have to wait on you a little bit. Cause come here, girl. Let me get one more kiss. Something. And I'm telling you how you do it. That's how he should have did it. That's what I was hoping. I was like, oh, him and Sharon gonna get back together. But she walked out. Barry flipped out, ran out there to see, and noticed that there was no Kareem. Stupid. His temper. All right, so what else happened in this episode? Victoria tells the president, I want her gone, and I will do everything in my power to get Ellie gone. And he's like, you're not. He said, you know what you need to do? You want somebody dead or killed or whatever? Why don't you get your father killed? Kill him, because I'm sick of him. And Victoria was like, you know, you need to watch what you say. And she was like, listen, you're getting on my nerves, whatever. And then we also saw the First Lady interrupt Alan and Alonzo's conversation. And she goes in the room and she's like, when are you going to beat this? She's still on this thing of him beating Ellie. And I'm like, what is that about? Why don't you just have her beat up if you wanted her beat up? Why don't you just do that? But she's still on this thing of, you need to do that, whatever. And then she's like, starts feeling on Alan's private parts. And then she's like, oh, that's all you got right there? Because she's telling him, I should do you before I get you beat up again. She's like, oh, that's all you got? No wonder she don't want you. And I thought, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And he was offended because then he says, by the way, I'm a grower. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, you see, that is just crazy. That was just extremely crazy. I'm a grower. Oh my goodness. Then we saw Kareem and Sharon. And this was interesting. This was really interesting. And very interesting. Kareem tells her, she should have spent the night with him, blah, blah, blah. I don't really like Kareem. I don't like that storyline. And she's playing a little game, Sharon, and she says to him, oh, I spent the night at Barry's. And he's like, I know you didn't. I know you didn't do that. So as he says that, then her phone rings. It's the White House. And when the phone rings, it's Mr. President. Because, he can't get none from Ellie. So he's like, let me try to get some of this from cute little chocolate Sharon over here. And he's like, hey, would you want to come to the White House for a tour? And she says, well, I kind of went on a tour already. I went on a tour with Richard. And he's kind of like an uncle to me. And he's like, well, this kind of tour, Richard can't show you this tour that I want to take you on. And then so Kareem tells Sharon, tell him, listen, ask him if your boyfriend can come along. Because they're trying to throw the president off. So she says, can my boyfriend come? He says, yeah, sure. Then he says, well, listen, the kind of tour that I want to take you on, the things I want to show you, your boyfriend, he don't need to be. What a creep. This man is such a damn creep. That is ridiculous. And he's like, so she says, let me call you back. And so her and Kareem kind of get into it because Kareem was like, no, you shouldn't call him back, block his number, give me the phone. She's like, I'm a grown woman, I do what I want. And I'm like, you see that this is all creepy and crazy, but I guess this is who the president got his eyes on now. Now he's trying to get into Sharon's pants. And she's aware, so let's see where this is going to go. Hopefully nowhere. Then we also saw in tonight's episode, we have Priscilla thrusting her power around, and she's comes into the White House. She gets clearance. She's messing with Sam, and then she sees the First Lady. She says, hi, First Lady. First Lady brushes her off at first. Then she comes back around to her and says, I want to talk to you in the yellow room. And Priscilla's like, you hear that? The yellow room. We're going to go into the yellow room. So I don't know what they're going to talk about. We'll have to wait till next week to see. And then we cut back to Donald and Kyle. And Donald, like I said, has lost his mind. And he's telling him, listen, you're not going to see that boy again. I went to the hospital to see him. Yes, I did. I went to see Dale. And he's saying all this stuff. And tell him, you know what I want. This is what I want. Donald now wants some of Kyle so badly now that Kyle's like, you broke my heart. And they're going back and forth with this whole conversation and this crazy stuff. And then they hear a noise. And then they hear the noise coming from Jason's room. And he says, kick the door down. And I'm like, why do you have to kick the door down? Like, what? Told him to kick the door down. Kick the door open. He kicks the door open. And Jason is hanging. Jason tried to kill himself. So we'll have to wait till next week to see if Jason succeeded in killing himself or not. But that was pretty much it. Decent episode. But I was looking for over-the-top craziness. I want to see... This is what I want to see. I want to see Alan get beat up again when he goes home, or Alan attempt to do something to Lily, or the first lady do something to Lily. I wanted some action. I wanted to see somebody fighting and rolling around the White House and falling down White House stairs or something crazy. Make it over the top, because that's what this show is. This is not something that could just go crazy with it. But that's all. That's all I have for now. What did you guys think about tonight's episode? Let me know down in the comment section. And again, thank you for watching. And I will see you all in the next video.